Hey, good morning, everybody. This is we gotta talk about this, man, because Erok, all year I've been I've been in a battle with myself in terms of how I'm going to keep how I'm going to do this because the game community I've really reached this point, and it happened for me personally. It happened way back in January, where the negativity was just so over the top. I couldn't do it anymore, and if it wasn't for y'all just kind of calm me down, we wouldn't even be talking about this shit right now. But you and Sega Man, we're gonna talk about it. Unfortunately, Sega Man can't make it, so I'm gonna start off and pass the mic to you because I know you're a huge Assassin's Creed fan, especially since Odyssey and what they've been doing since. And I know that you're going to say everything passionately. So we're going to start off with you about Assassin's Creed Shadows being delayed and why it was delayed, because I know you're going to break down every single thing about it and get everything out there. So Erok, start the show, my friend.
Hey, Unlimited, thanks for giving us this time this morning. I'm glad Tuck could join us. We'll get with Sega Man eventually, man. He's got things going on with family. Um, so anyway, the whole purpose of this show this morning was so we could really talk about the state of the gaming
Mm-hmm.
community and a history, a history unlimited production, my good friend, of what the only thing I could call it unlimited production at this point is premeditated game sabotage.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I could call it. I don't have any other words for it. And for any of you who hear this podcast, any of you out there listening, um, when I say I hate the gaming community, I don't mean you per se.
Mm-hmm.
The people who I'm talking about, they know who they are. I don't have to name any names. Um, and if you any of you see or hear this podcast, you know, pass us on.
Yeah.
Get unlimited production out there. One, get his channel's fantastic, but get this podcast out there. Tweet it, put it on Twitter or X or whatever it is. Get it out there because we're going to say the things this morning that no one else is going to say. That I haven't heard any of these big YouTubers saying. All of these big giants with 250,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, We just got the news yesterday. In less than 24 hours, that Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed to February 2025, as you can see on the screen up here. Um, and it's going to hit Steam day one. Um, According to Ubisoft, what came from their desk was um, they say that the game needs more time and more polish, and they want to refine the game more. But there was another internal email that
Yes.
leaked.
Yes.
Another internal email that leaked
I read
um,
that
from,
yesterday
from
too.
from from the big bosses at Ubisoft, which is one of my favorite studios, one of my favorite publishers, as well as
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited Production. I'm going in great detail about my fondness for not just the Assassin's Creed franchise, but particularly the Assassin's Creed Antiquity trilogy, which
Mm-hmm.
is Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Three of the best games I've ever played. Odyssey, in particular, the best game I've ever played. Period. These are games that are better than any exclusives, in my opinion. Just my opinion alone. No one else's. Assassin's Creed Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla raised the bar so high that to me, Odyssey I think is better than any PlayStation or Xbox exclusive. Now hold on now. We can debate that because gaming is subjective. But when a game has you captured from February of 2020 to damn near April of 2020, you doing something right. You doing something right when I just don't rush through a game and move on to the next one. So that's why I
Right.
have such a high regard for Assassin's Creed Odyssey as being up there or beyond any of these so-called exclusives. Um, so in order to polish Assassin's Creed and get it better, so they claim publicly, it's been pushed back to February 2025. And this internal memo that got leaked, Unlimited Production and Tuck, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how things are always getting leaked, but Ubisoft said that the reason why Assassin's Creed Shadows is being delayed is because Star Wars Outlaws underperformed,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to kind of get Assassin's Creed Shadows as far away from that as they could, as far away from that as they could, because this is the biggest Assassin's Creed they've ever attempted. They've
Yes.
ever attempted. This is going to have a real time weather system. It's going to have seasons. Um, it's two protagonists instead of one. This is the biggest Assassin's Creed they have ever attempted since Odyssey, and I was so looking forward to it. I was amped for it, and I'm so gutted right now in limited production. Yes, I'm a grown man. I have a life going on. It's not that important. It's just a game. It's not the point that Assassin's Creed Shadows was delayed. It's the reasons why it was delayed. And the reason why it was delayed, unlimited production, is
All right.
because Star Wars Outlaws was sabotaged. Simple, 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 simple. There's no other way around it. Star Wars Outlaws was sabotaged. Now I've been playing Star Wars Outlaws now for about 2 or 3 weeks. I
Mm-hmm.
deliberately got Ubisoft Plus. It's $17 a month. It's not a bad deal. I deliberately got Ubisoft Plus so I could play Star Wars Outlaws and so that I could play Assassin's
That's
Creed
nice.
Shadows,
Yes.
despite the fact that I know I was going to buy it. Um, Star Wars Outlaws underperformed, not because it's a bad game. I've been playing it. It's a fantastic game. Um, uh, it's a little bit hard because it doesn't hold your hand and it forces you to think. But we saw the vitriol surrounding this game back in July.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a girl. Why's it gotta be a girl? It's woke. I'm not going. They were hating on this game, Unlimited Production or Tuck, before it even dropped.
Yeah.
Before it even dropped, they were hating on this game. Now, I know that the YouTube gaming community is a small, small fraction of YouTube's audience, almost infinitesimal,
Mm-hmm.
which means that the gaming audience that watches these YouTube videos is infinitesimal. But that infinitesimal is a lot. That
Yes.
infinitesimal could be anywhere from 5,000 to 100,000 users who would have bought this game, who would have bought Star Wars Outlaws,
Yep.
who would have bought Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League,
Mm-hmm.
who would have bought Gotham Knights, and who would have bought Redfall. Tuckmaster, we now have a paper trail. I've been doing this for a long time. Unlimited Production, Tuckmaster, myself. I've been doing this for a long time. And before we go on air, we try to make sure we have the facts. And we're going to
Mm-hmm.
do this show this morning with as less emotion as possible. And for those of you who've known me, I know you're going to say, man, where's that passionate Erok at? The passionate Erok is here. It's just, I don't have any more time to waste on people who waste my time. And you gamers are wasting my time. You're
Yep.
wasting Unlimited Productions time. You're wasting Tuck's time. But even worse, it is your fault when Massive Games, the studio that made Star Wars Outlaw, eventually gets hit with layoffs and closes. It will be your fault. It will not be Ubisoft's fault, right? So, also in an internal memo, Ubisoft said that we need to focus on games that have passion and not pushing an agenda. Which I find that statement that the president of Ubisoft made kind of dubious because
Mm-hmm.
what agenda have you had? Because I've played a lot of Ubisoft's games, I've seen no agenda, but I
Yeah.
have
Uh-uh.
seen I have
It,
seen an agenda from you gamers, and the
mm-hmm.
agenda is that if it's a woman protagonist, right, or a black protagonist,
They
Mm-hmm.
don't want it.
they thank you, Tuck. They don't want it. They don't want it. And we've seen this time and time again now. We've seen this time and time again with games. Redfall. You guys went out and you went on YouTube, and yes, it had bugs on PC that were fixed, and it runs perfectly on Xbox now. I
Mm-hmm.
encountered very little glitches or very little problems. The vitriol and the hatred surrounding Redfall was so loud and so vocal from a small minority that it was enough for that game not to sell well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? That studio was closed down. Gotham Knights, a huge IP from Warner Brothers Games that takes
Mm-hmm.
place in the DC universe. I know for a fact Unlimited Production was hyped for this game. He bought
Loved it.
me. Yeah, yeah.
I want to.
One of our friends bought me a copy of the game, and I enjoyed it greatly. I enjoyed it greatly. The talk surrounding Gotham Knights was, oh, it's 30 frames per second, so I can't play
Yeah.
it. And because of that, and because of those hundreds of videos talking about frames per second, Gotham Knights did not do well. But you guys, you gamers, you weren't done. You weren't done. No, it wasn't enough. You weren't done. Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League was next. A game that I know is good because I've played it. I'm still playing it. And it was bought for me by my good friend Unlimited Production. He said, Erok, you got to check this out. You're a DC fan. You're going to like this. And what it is a fun shooter with different characters and a different point of view.
Yeah.
The biggest problem that you guys have with it, well, it has transactions. Well, so does every game have transactions now. So does every game have transactions. You want to get microtransaction to death? Go try buying Mortal Kombat 1, okay? Every game has transactions. But because of the transactions and because of the irrational hate of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, that game and Gotham Knights caused Warner Brothers Games to suffer huge losses.
Like $200 million in losses.
$200 million in losses. And over the last 24 hours, because of Assassin's Creed Shadows being pushed back to February, Ubisoft has lost $20 million so far, right? And all of the arguments I heard about the game is, well, it's a black protagonist. Never mind that Yasuke is a historical figure. Well, it's got a woman in it. Yeah, and so does a lot of games have women in it. I didn't hear about any complaints about there being a woman protagonist in that game Stellar Blade because she's got big boobies and wears a tight costume. And you gamers, I'm so sick of you. You are ruining this hobby. You're ruining this thing that we have had so much passion for, and you don't even see it. You'll say that, well, we just want good games. I don't think you guys know what good games are.
No, they don't.
Because I've seen your description of what good games are. Elden Ring, Stellar Blade. I've seen your description of what game Black Myth Wukong, which I'm sure is awesome, but it seems like as long as it's something that's Japanese or Chinese, has got a girl with big tits and big ass and a dude with spiky hair or a monkey with a sword, you guys love it. You guys love that shit. But anything new, original, anything Western or American that isn't woke, because I'm tired of hearing that word woke. You know what woke is? Woke is when a movie or a property tries to push a DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda down our throat. We've already seen that. It was called Spider-Man 2, but y'all had no complaints about that. So the fact that Assassin's Creed Shadows has been pushed back because of the underperformance of Star Wars Outlaws cannot be reflected upon the quality of Star Wars Outlaws. I was just playing it this morning. I'm enjoying it. Can it be a bit hard sometimes? Hell yeah, but I like the fact that I'm not a Jedi and it forces me to think. I just can't go lightsabering my way through shit. I got to actually use stealth and think. The underperformance of Star Wars Outlaws, the underperformance of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, the underperformance of Gotham Knights, and the underperformance of Redfall can be directly attributed. We now have a paper trail, guys, to what I call premeditated game sabotage. Because we now have a situation in popular entertainment, whether it be movies, television, and now it's reared its ugly head in game and Unlimited Production, where YouTubers have hijacked popular entertainment. They've done it. I don't know when it's happened. And my message to these developers, all you developers, Unchained Assassin says, I feel South of Midnight will get the same treatment. You better believe it will, Unchained Assassin, not just because it has a female protagonist, but because it's an Xbox exclusive as well.
Oh, yeah, it's got the double whammy.
Yeah, it's got the double whammy, so they'll try to find some way to say that it's woke. These YouTubers have hijacked popular entertainment, and you don't have to take my word for it, man. Just type in Assassin's Creed, just type in Xbox, just type in Gotham Knights, just type in Assassin's Creed Shadows or Star Wars Outlaws, and in your feed will be 100 videos about Gotham Knights sucks. Assassin's Creed Shadows has a black person in it. It's woke. Star Wars Outlaws has a woman. It's woke. We have two popular YouTubers right now, The Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic, who've been on a personal campaign for over 2 years to tell the entire world that Lord of Rings, Rings of Power sucks. when I've been watching the show, this second season is lit.
It really is.
Yo, we'll talk about this later. Unlimited production, but god damn, I never thought I'd see. Basically, all Rings of Power is the opening fucking monologue that Galadriel gives in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Dude, it's fucking incredible to watch this shit unfold. And I haven't seen any wokeness. I haven't seen any DEI nonsense. I haven't seen any men being bashed. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any girl power propaganda in this show. What I've seen is awesomeness.
Here's the thing. The fact that here's the thing about, and this is what have kept me off the woke train, and why I've been pushing back on it recently, is that they don't. It's not about it's not about the Spider-Man 2. You know how Spider-Man 2 you literally spray paint as a deaf girl and all that stupid shit. It's not about that. The fact that if a show even has a black person in it, doesn't matter the context, doesn't matter nothing.
Yes.
The fact that Star Wars Outlaws, the fact that Star Wars Outlaws had a female protagonist, the fact that, and this one is still pissing them off.
A brown female protagonist at that. She looks brown.
Yeah. And the fact that Assassin's Creed Shadows have a black samurai, and all of a sudden every white person who ever picked up the control is a expert in Japanese history, right? Zero context. They don't care. They don't care. And here's another thing this aspect people don't talk about that I've noticed. There's a lot of lying, and they just flat out lie, and they're flat out just making shit up.
Yes.
Right. It's to the point where what I've noticed in Erok is that critical thinking is dead. And so nobody are listening to this stuff and do what we do. We'll hear somebody say something stupid, we'll think about it, or we'll be like, hold on, that ain't right, or we'll see something that some article, something that contradicts what they're saying, be like, well, this guy's full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we could explain ourselves. They believe everything their favorite YouTuber says without question. And if it's Xbox related, they just hate Xbox so much that even when it contradicts themselves. So a lot of that. So that's what has kept me off that train. And it's like, all right, at this point, women, women exist, guys. It's half the fucking population. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, so get over it that there are more female protagonists in games. It's not like the 360 era where every protagonist was a brown-haired, grizzled white dude. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is like, there's no honesty. Everybody's just and then when sometimes I'll check their YouTube videos and they just make the same video over and over because they know it pisses people off. And it gets some views.
It gets some views, and so and I know I'm bad for including John Campea in this, but I mean he's kind of part of it too in a smaller way. But John Campea, Nerdrotic, Critical Drinker, Angry Joe, and every YouTuber that you know in the gaming space, from Broken Games HD, all of these dudes, they have become this vocal echo chamber that has gotten so loud that even the mainstream media is beginning to notice these guys, right? The mainstream media now is beginning to notice these guys. And this echo chamber is so loud that they are now causing games to not be bought. And they are now causing studios to close down. And here's what's so disingenuous and egregious about these liars, Tuck and Unlimited, is that in 1 second, in one sentence, you guys are blasting Star Wars Outlaw because, oh, it's woke, it's a woman, it sucks. Oh, Suicide Squad is transactions, it sucks. Oh, Redfall, it sucks. But then when the studio closes down, you guys are really sorry about that.
Yeah.
You're not sorry at all that you sabotaged the game and didn't buy the game. You're not sorry at all that you killed my enjoyment. You killed anybody else's enjoyment of Redfall and any future DLC it might have had. You killed anybody's enjoyment of Gotham Knights. Any future DLC it would have had. You're making me now wait 5 months to play fucking Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? But as soon as these studios close down, like Tango or Arcane Studios, you guys are very, 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 very pissed. Faded Blade says Assassin's Creed is pushed back because they pissed off the Japanese and low pre-orders. Now I want to address that. I want to address that too.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the low pre-orders, gaming Faded Blaze it goes in ebbs and flows, right? You're hitting the nail right on the head, Faded Blaze. Had there not been so many videos about Assassin's Creed is woke because it has a black woman, the pre-orders wouldn't be that low. Listen, Faded Blaze, trust me.
Now you know what?
You're old enough. You're old enough to have seen. If you've been alive the last 10 years, never underestimate the abject stupidity of Americans. Please don't do that because they will surprise you every time. All it takes is 10 or 15 YouTube videos saying Assassin's Creed is woke for the pre-orders to go down. Now, as far as pissing off the Japanese, now you guys know my many issues with the Japanese. As much as I respect them, I also think they're a weird fucking culture, right? So you guys are pissed off because a black samurai is in Assassin's Creed Shadows. Don't be mad at Assassin's Creed Shadows. Be mad at your own history. It's your history. That's like us being mad about Abraham Lincoln or being mad at fucking George Washington over here in America. It makes no fucking sense. Yasuke is part of Japanese history. And had you been ashamed of there being a black samurai in Japan, you should have never let the news of that get out. You should have suppressed that like you suppress everything fucking thing else, right? So it's just this whole situation is just so fucking crazy that you didn't have a problem with them doing a game about Greek history. I didn't see the Greeks getting mad. Hey man, that game is offensive to Greeks because in it the woman calls everybody a malaka. I didn't see people getting mad about Assassin's Creed Origins and Egypt. I didn't see the Egyptians getting mad. Suddenly the Japanese are mad because it's showing that there was a black samurai. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Don't you think that's kind of bizarre? And why are you mad at Ubisoft for making a fucking game? It's a video game. Yeah. It is a video game. But
a video game. Hold on. Not only that, the first thing you see when you start the game, this is historical fiction. And everybody's treating it like it's like we're being taught in schools. Like teachers are going to put a disc of Assassin's Creed Shadows on the teleprompter in schools or some shit and run around as Yasuke and treat as, or some shit that doesn't happen basically. Right?
Unlimited, all the junk that Japan has sent over here, right? Yeah. Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring.
Oh, that's Chinese.
Well, Chinese, it's different, but all the junk they've sent over here, right? This was the last straw. This is what broke your backs, and all of the crap you guys sent over here, fucking Power Rangers and VR Troopers. This is what broke the fucking. It's just so utterly ridiculous. Yeah. And what's even more ridiculous is the fact that gamers continue to be disingenuous. Mm-hmm. And you sabotage these games, and then when these studios close down, oh my god, what about the poor developers? Yeah. How are they going to feed their families? Are you fucking serious? You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, they can't have it both ways like that.
You cannot have it. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it. And this unwarranted hatred of Ubisoft is the most ridiculous thing that Unlimited Production and I have seen in our few years of knowing each other, almost 5 years now. Ubisoft is one of the best publishers out there. Mm-hmm. They have misses sometimes, but more than not, they hit. And this hatred is just ridiculous. I think the Assassin's Creed Antiquity series made them over $1 billion. Mm-hmm. So that franchise is not a failure. It just seems to me like you gamers, you if you had things your way, and you might get your way one day. I hope not. All of this talk about there's going to be a video game crash. There's never going to be a video game crash because video games are now a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yeah. It is not the multi-million-dollar industry it was in 1983. And I think the video game crash of 1983 has been way too hyped up. I was there for children. I lived through it. ColecoVision, they hung around for a while. Atari came back. Mm-hmm. Right? I think the video game crash happened for a couple of years before Nintendo showed up. There was a Sega Master System down in South America, and I think in America. The video game crash of 1983 meant less than nothing. It's dramatized. It's romanticized. There will never be another video game crash because video games are making way too much money. It's $1 billion industry, but unlimited production. I think these gamers, they're doing enough damage now that we're seeing studios close. Tuck,
Yes.
something we haven't seen since the Xbox 360 PS3 era.
Yeah.
Erok, I tell you right now, you let all these gaming studios close and all that stuff, it's gonna happen. You let all these studios close down, it's gonna happen. And like you said, the reason why it's gonna happen because these damn YouTubers keep on talking and bashing about games. Listen, when it comes down to it, you let Ubisoft close down. Ubisoft is really the only show that is really the only publisher that have consistently games come out every single year in the last
good games
5 years. Mm-hmm. So you let them close down, see what's going to happen. Let them close down. Let an EA game not be no good. Let them close down. I'm telling you. Let them studios close down. You're going to see the crash, and all we're going to do is blame the developers. All we're going to do is we're going to blame the developers. No, the YouTubers, you need to blame yourself. That's all it is to it.
If gamers get their way, Tuck, the video game industry will regress to what it was back in 1992, and you was there for it. It was not a pretty sight. It was not a pretty sight. It was a ton of Japanese games, and they were all not good. I mean, ever since 2001, the Western developers like Rockstar, like Ubisoft, have been knocking it out of the park. People forget Ubisoft gave us the Splinter Cell series. These guys have been knocking it out of the park for decades. Faded Blaze says gaming is being ruined because gaming companies are not listening to their consumers. Gaming fanboys are not supporting games and developers. Well, I don't think Faded Blaze. I don't think gaming companies are not listening to their consumers. I think that when you make movies and you make video games, you're making art in a sense, and you're allowed to let a developer or a publisher or an artist or a studio go with their artistic vision. The problem comes is when gamers want shit to be their way. Every time, all the time. Well, if it ain't got a girl with big tits or a Japanese guy or a monkey with a sword, I don't want to play it. It has a black guy in it. I don't want to play it. Oh, it's got a woman in it. I don't see. That's what's happening. Gamers are wanting shit their way, and if it's not their way, they're gonna bitch about it. Yeah. And this is not good for the industry.
Hey, let me ask you this, Erok. Who made Mafia 3?
Hangar 13.
Huh?
Hangar 13, and it was published by TIG 2.
Okay. We had a problem with Mafia 3. Who was in it? It was the black guy.
A black guy, yep.
Yeah. The game did not sell with the darn, and it was way back then. So this ain't nothing new. They just do not want.
Yeah, well, it's just at the time you didn't have stupid videos saying Mafia 3 went woke. Like, you know what I was thinking about yesterday? No, imagine if Halo 5 came out in 2024 with Locke.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. My God. You talk about bashing, man.
Yeah.
They bashing to death now.
Yo. Everybody would turn to Klansmen about playing as a black guy, man.
You ain't never lying.
This whole
you talk about you got too many doggone people have their own thoughts on how they should do things in the movie industry, the gaming industry, and the thing about it is they don't have anything to do with the gaming industry besides play the damn games, and that's it. They're not out there building the game. They're not out there trying to make ends meet to get this game out. They're not doing that. Same thing for movies too. They not doing none of that. I mean, it's like Halo, the series. Mm-hmm. Come on now, that was a good series. Part 1, you might have a little issue with it, but Part 2, you didn't have no issue with that at all, and it's still what it do. Just because you got these doggone people that's gonna go out there and bash the series because they didn't like it,
All right.
and it went down the tubes. I mean, I didn't have no problem. I mean, everybody would turn around and get mad because of what? Master Chief, should have kept his helmet on. Man, dude, please, what kind of man do that? He's a super guy, but he's a human. But man, these people is crazy with this gaming knowledge, man. I mean, they don't. Dude, Erok back in our doggone days when we went to beverages and all that stuff with the game stuff and all that stuff back in the doggone day, we didn't hear none of this. When was none of this going on? We played games. They had women back in games then too, and all we did was play the game.
Too many people were given a voice, and apparently not everybody needs to have a voice. Now everybody needs to have a voice about everything. What happened was YouTube made everybody into commentators and television stars, and they have an audience now. And sometimes the people that you're watching, hell, include me, maybe you shouldn't be watching. Sometimes these people. I've noticed these bigger YouTubers, if they get an axe to grind against Halo the series, or Lord of the Rings, or Assassin's Creed Shadows, or Suicide Squad, they could be completely wrong. But instead of saying, man, you know what, I was totally wrong about Gotham Knights. No, they're going to double down and make that stick, make that shit stick. They're going to make it stick because this is who these guys are. But the problem is, Fader Blaze says Wukong is successful because they stuck to the Chinese mythology of the monkey. Suicide Squad failed because it was repetitive. Well, I mean, you can say
no. Sorry, Faded. You my dude, Faded Blaze. And just because I'm disagreeing don't mean I'm attacking you. But man, Suicide Squad was hated when it was revealed, man.
Second,
Look, man. I'm a DC fan, and I follow games like Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad harder than like 99% of the people who played the game, and both Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad were attacked immediately, and then the live service stuff that just ended up being a scapegoat basically. That was from people who are never going to buy
what the fuck is Fortnite?
Yeah.
And Lemonade, and don't forget, you know what? You made me make that video when you don't want to come out and have you thought of making that video when Suicide Squad was getting downplayed at 3 months before the game even came out. I came out and made that video and said, you know what? Media, the YouTubers are the problem. They damn the game 3 months before it even comes out. What kind of crap is that?
Yeah.
How the heck do you do that?
Well, that's why I call it premeditated game sabotage. I don't
get it.
Huh? Yeah. Well, what it is was they saw from 2016 to 2018. That Rotten Tomatoes, which is a movie review aggregate site. Aggregate meaning they gather a ton of reviews and they come to a score, right? Same thing as Metacritic. Yeah. What they saw that Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, a vocal minority could get together and tank a fucking movie. A vocal minority could get together and tank a game, no matter what the quality of it was. So now this loud minority realize that they have a little bit of power and they get together in this clique, and if they decide they're going to take something down, they're going to take it down. And getting back to Faded Blaze, I think he said Black Myth Wukong was popular because it stuck to China. Black Myth Wukong was popular because it blew up the Steam charts over in China, I believe. It just blew up over in China. And it went viral over here. It didn't go as viral as Elden Ring, but it had its flaws. Digital Foundry went to great lengths to show its flaws. It had its flaws. And in fact, nobody's even talking about Black Myth Wukong anymore except for us. So, but this is the space we live in. Games come out, they get digested, people eat it, they shit them out, they move on to the next thing to attack. And that's where we're at now, man. And like, really, man, I think the gaming community is just, I don't know what happened to them. I don't really care anymore. I'm sick of the gaming community. I think the gaming community sucks because we have reached an impasse now. We've reached a point, I believe, of diminished returns. Not going to be diminished for me because there's nothing that anybody's going to do to stop me from enjoying Indiana Jones or Assassin's Creed Shadows. But how can anybody justify buying a mid-gen refresh or more consoles from Xbox or PlayStation if this is the road we're heading down?
Yeah.
We might as well just go say fuck this shit and go back to retro gaming, back when we enjoyed shit. Because I'm gonna tell you guys right now, as far as the gaming media, I don't want to do another year of this shit. I don't want to be involved with this shit. I don't want to be associated with gamers. It's the reason why they took one of these magazines took a survey and said the one thing women find most unattractive is guys who play video games. And it wasn't because you play video games. It was because of shit like this. It was because the extreme behavior that goes on, like Broken Games HD flagging people for fucking fair use of his videos and shit like that. This shit is lunacy. Yo, man, this whole gaming community is just fucking crazy. You got people.
It's very stupid too. But continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, not at all, man. Yeah, definitely. You got a point to make. You get it out there before you forget it, man. But like this gaming community is just, I never thought I would ever see a day where we have more entertainment at our hands than we've ever had at any time in history. And all we can do is just trash it. It. You don't have to watch Lord of the Rings. You don't have to watch Halo. You don't have to play Assassin's Creed Shadows or Gotham Knights or Suicide Squad. But god damn it, Angry Joe, don't ruin it for the rest of us. Don't you fucking do that. If you want to leave, you leave. You leave, have the decency to leave. Like me, I'm still an Eagles fan, but man, I hopped off that train. You know what I mean? I hopped off that train after we got rid of our coach and quarterback that won a Super Bowl 52. I said, yo, man, that's the kind of loyalty y'all show. I'm out. But it's okay to hop off a train. If you gamers don't like gaming, it's okay to fucking leave, man. But don't ruin it for the rest of us. You have effectively, by sabotaging Star Wars Outlaws, you've made myself and Unlimited Production wait 5 months to play Shadows. How do you know I didn't want to play Shadows this November? How do you guys know that?
I was gonna take a few days off work just to play Assassin's Creed Shadows.
I know you were.
That's how excited I was.
I was hyped soon as they showed that leaked video of this shit. I'm like, god damn.
Look, listen. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as the game was revealed, I pre-ordered the collector's edition because I was like, I need to have this game in my collection. Play it day one immediately.
Unlimited Production. Did you see the other nonsense that went down? Now, as you know, being in business and being a businessman, these business decisions don't happen overnight. They take weeks or months, right? So did you see the other bullshit? Apparently, Assassin's Creed Shadows got delayed to February because they saw the video of Ghost of Tsushima 2 and they got scared and they moved it back.
Oh yeah.
Like, yo, are you fucking serious?
Nah, that's so stupid. But here's the thing: they delayed it into 2025 to fight the fact Ghost of Tsushima 2 don't have a release date. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have a release date. Like you said, they don't even have a release date.
Look, Unlimited and I think Hebot said he played the game. He said it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, but it wants to be Assassin's Creed. Okay. I'm gonna always up Assassin's Creed, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. If you haven't played them, those games are just masterfully done. But Ubisoft has this unwarranted hate that I have never seen. Well, I have seen it.
It's called Xbox.
It's called Xbox. Yeah, that's right. But this shit is crazy. Mitchie Poo says, as far as the other issues people have with Ubisoft titles, identity politics. It's just nitpicking issues to support their narrative. You know what, man?
This is what they mean by identity politics, is that the protagonist isn't this. Because this is what every video game protagonist used to be.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And now that we get black folks or women, I don't even think we get gay. I don't even think we get gay protagonists. The only games that do it is if you RPG, if you choose to be gay. So we don't even get that. But this is what they mean by identity politics, is that the protagonists don't look like this. I'm tired of sitting here and because of the extreme woke shit is extremely annoying and nobody likes that shit. A lot of people don't want to call the elephant in the room, but I will. And that's reality. That's the reality. When it's weird, guys. You know what I'm saying? Gamers, they always say, well, identity politics don't matter because I don't need to play as a character I identify with. Well, yeah, because you had that for pretty much most of gaming history, right? But now that, say, women could play as a woman or something, and hell, I like playing as women sometimes, so I'd rather see a woman's backside than a man's in games. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just, it's like, it's so extreme and so weird, right? And it only bothered me, Erok, when it started to affect games.
Yes.
Yeah.
We noticed it. We noticed it in 2023 with Redfall, but you noticed it long before then with Gotham Knights. You were the first one under the production to say, "Wait a minute, this is bullshit here. These guys, they're trying to sabotage this game because it's 30 frames per second." And now you've got YouTubers like the Puerto Rican gentleman we follow. I forgot the name of his channel. He's been playing Gotham Knights and he's loving the game. Yeah. He's loving it. And it's like, you guys, you do this to yourselves. You shoot these games in the foot because you listen to these other YouTubers. Then you discover years later, oh man, these games are awesome. Like, it's the craziest shit.
That's pretty much the Xbox One exclusives in a nutshell. The amount of videos I see now that says Sunset Overdrive is the most underrated game ever annoys the hell out of me, because y'all know I've been saying it since we started this stuff. That was my favorite game last generation. And it keeps happening, man. I keep seeing games that I'm either excited for or genuinely enjoy get torn down most of the time for no fucking reason. The games either die or we don't, or the studios close or something. We don't get a sequel, and we don't get a sequel or anything, or the sales are so low we'll never even get a remaster. And then people be like, oh well. And then when the studio closes to have layoffs, everybody throws a fucking pity party, and just like, well, did you buy the game? Did you at least play the game? If it's on Game Pass, did you download the game and try it? No. Well, what do you expect then? This is still business they gotta run.
Not only do they throw a pity party, but they attack Microsoft for doing basically business. Oh, I can't believe Microsoft sold Hi-Fi Rush and Tango Games to another studio. What a bunch of idiots! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. You were just bashing them last week because they closed the studio, and like, it was the craziest fucking shit. It's the craziest shit. I really don't know, man. This gaming community, man. This gaming community is down bad, and they'll try to make excuses, and they'll try to, because they're going to double down and just say, "Oh, these games are just bad." Like, no, they're not bad. No, they're not bad. These games aren't bad. There's no such thing as bad games. There's such a thing as bad consumers. And you guys have become bad consumers because you want junk, and you want junk. You've gotten used to junk. There's a few companies that are giving you junk, and you are co-signed on junk. Case in point. There's one company right now that's giving you nothing but remasters. Nothing but remasters. And you know why they're giving you remasters? Because y'all co-signed on this shit. So instead of getting Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is going to be probably the most awesome game you've ever played, they're giving you remasters over there. And to be honestly, man, this is what you guys deserve. You deserve this. You gamers, you fucking suck, all of you. You deserve for Sony to tell you that you're going to pay $700 for a mid-gen refresh. You're going to pay for these remasters of fucking Days Gone and Horizon Zero Entertainment and The Last of Us, and you're going to fucking like it. You know why? You know why you're going to get it? You're going to like it? Because you shat on fucking Star Wars Outlaws, a game that was pretty goddamn good. You shat on Suicide Squad versus the Justice League. You shat on Gotham Knights, and you shat on Redfall. I don't want to hear anything about Gotham Knights having transactions. I think fucking
that
well,
game didn't have microtransactions, but Suicide Squad did.
you want to talk about microtransactions? Hell, I bought fucking Marvel's The Avengers a couple of years ago, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Suicide Squad is way fucking better. All right. But I mean, this is Emmanuel, that's very nice of you, man. We need more content from Erok on YouTube. They shut my channel down because I was telling the truth about shit. They couldn't have that. You know, you want to see more. They want to see more Fratanga and Crap Gamer and fucking Double Barrel Gaming. Those are the guys they want to see. You want to see more of that? And Angry Joe, right? Anybody that tells the truth gets fucking shut down for stupid reasons, right? But it's about time the gamers got fucking called out. You know, anytime David Jaffe, the guy who helped create God of War, or the creative designer of God of War 1, he said he had to reevaluate Star Wars Outlaws. You know, David Jaffe, he may be a lifetime PlayStation loyalist, but the more and more I listen to him, the more and more I see he's a fucking gamer. He's a fucking gamer. And the more and more I listen to him, the more and more he makes common sense. Hell, sometimes Odinless Alex makes a lot of common sense. A lot of common sense. These gamers are just, you guys are out of control. Saint G says Suicide Squad got hive mind hated. Dude, dude, tell me about it. I've never seen anything like it. The hatred surrounding Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League was just bananas. It was just bananas. That game has good visuals. It's different. How many times can we play as Batman or Wonder Woman or Superman? It gave you a flip of, it's a shooter. It gave you something different to do.
Funny enough, I think I was reading that Rocksteady's going back to Batman, so I guess they got what they want, you know.
Well, you know what? Now they always talk about, Sony might make that exclusive. I said, like, wait a second.
Oh no, that's
I know that's
yeah.
I was like, wait a second. You think Warner Brothers is gonna make that exclusive? I said, y'all done lost y'all doggone mind. I said, the thing about it is, let's just be truthful about the whole damn matter. What's going on? I mean, it's like I had to set my son straight. I had to set his ass straight the other doggone day. He gonna go and tell me what he think that to him, the reason why Suicide Squad Justice League didn't do any good because they had the online mode. I said, son, they had both. You can play the game single player or either multiplayer. It had them both. So this thing about what you saying to me, and I just told him, I said, what you saying to me is that you like the game, but you think they should have just stick with should have just get the online service out of there. I said, son, they had both. After that, he said, like, I didn't know they had both. I said, yeah, they had both. They had both where you can turn around and add players as you go along, as you playing your game. Oh, he pissed me off too. And I told him, I said, dude, don't. I said, and then I was talking about the mail tagging and all that stuff. I said, listen here. You going to talk about these developers that don't care and all that stuff? I said, no, it's not the developers. It's the gamers. The gamers don't care. The gamers go out there just because they want to history about the Assassin's Creed guy. They saying that, well, he wasn't a samurai. I said, he was a samurai. But I said, but to me, that don't make no bit of difference to me, Terrell.
I mean, it doesn't matter because it's still historical fiction. Look. Did people get mad at Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter movie? Because I know for a fact Abe Lincoln didn't actually hunt fucking vampires.
I actually enjoyed that.
So it's like everybody picks and chooses. Like they're just being picky because they got to play because they could choose to play as a black samurai in the game.
Right.
And that's it. It ain't nothing. It's not more complex than that. You know what I'm saying? The historical nonsense, that's just an excuse. Because because Assassin's Creed every Assassin's Creed has been historical fiction, and not a single one got this level of hate, not a single one. And I know for a fact there's never an Italian who went to where did Ezio go in the second and third games? I think
oh shit, fucking where was he? Italy or Rome?
Yeah.
Or whatever?
Yeah. And all this other stuff. And Faded Blaze, Got the Nights was hated because the
Get
developers
this.
didn't clarify that it
Get
was 30
this.
frames per second. If they was honest about that, maybe people are willing to try it. No. Faded Blaze, I literally have videos on my channel that you could search for where the moment it was announced, I literally made a video talking about how it got hate. The hate was that instant. That the moment the game was revealed, they were hating on it. So this was one that I gotta say, you gotta trust me on this one, my friend. Listen, whenever a game gets hated on, and then some type of news like say 30 frames per second or being live service ends up being that's just the out. That's just the thing that they can latch on and pretend was their outrage moment. No, that game got hated from the moment, man. From the moment it was revealed, and I literally have video on my channel about it.
And you know how this is shut down? This is shut down almost immediately, Faded Blaze, because how many PlayStation 5 exclusives are 30 frames per second? How many Nintendo Switch games are 30 frames per second? Like a lot. Like a lot, right? Do you don't see any outrage? We literally watched it. I remember Unlimited Production showed me the videos. Like, man, I can't believe the hatred that Gotham Knights is getting. Watch this game fucking fails. He said it. What was it, 2 years ago? I was fucking there. I was there when this shit happened. I was there when when I tell you that we now have a paper trail, Faded Blaze. We're not just here. Like, even though this show just happened in the last few minutes, this has been gestating for a while. We have a paper trail now showing that these guys, they just, I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. These gamers, they just don't like gaming anymore. And I can't see it getting better. So how can you be excited about a PlayStation 5 Pro, a PlayStation 6, or Xbox, whatever the next one's going to be? How can you be excited about that when all it's going to be is more of this shit?
Yeah, more. Listen, I don't want gaming to just be more Madden and more Call of Duty.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it's like only y'all are allowed to. Oh, fuck.
God damn.
Yeah, fire alarm thing. Sorry, guys.
But this in your building.
Yeah. So take over for a few minutes, please.
Yeah. Yeah, yo, fucking gaming, man. Like, I just don't know, man. I've been gaming, man and boy, since 1982. I'm going to always be a gamer. It's a hobby that I love, but like, I don't know, man. Like, it's just I can't go a day into YouTube without seeing some bullshit in my feed. And I don't even have a YouTube account anymore, Tuck. I just go into YouTube, and if I want to hit on an Assassin's Creed video or a Suicide Squad video or a Star Wars Outlaws video to watch a walkthrough and get through a tough spot, all these fucking videos pop up. Oh, this game sucks. There's a woman in it. This is the crazy. These gamers are so crazy that, you know, they all want a woman. They all want a girlfriend. They all want to eventually touch a girl. They just don't want to play as a girl in their video game. It's the fucking crazy shit I've ever fucking seen. But this whole shit with Assassin's Creed Shadows and the Black Samurai Yakuza, Yakuza, it's like the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's as crazy as this bullshit with everybody hating Rings of Power because it's got a fucking black elf and it's got a black dwarf, and, you know, according to J.J.R. Tolkien, there, what the fuck do you guys care about J.R. Tolkien? What do you care about this white man that wrote this shit fucking 60 fucking years ago? What the fuck do you care? It's fucking fantasy. As long as I have a rule for gaming, fantasy, and these entertainment brands. You can bend them, but don't fucking break them. And Lord of the Rings has not been broken yet. In fact, Lord of the Rings is fucking awesome, right? You can bend shit, but don't break it. And I think Assassin's Creed Shadows is bending, but not, it's historical fiction. It's bending, but not breaking. Star Trek Brave New Worlds is breaking. Doctor Who is breaking. They've broken those franchises. Star Wars is almost breaking the fucking franchise. It's just that we're living in a crazy time, man. We're living in just a crazy fucking time, man. Where these YouTubers and even some of these gaming journalists, they become this fucking echo chamber, man, and it's hard to escape it. And I don't think we're going to see a video game crash again. I don't think that'll ever happen again. It's going to take a lot for there to be a video game crash. People will literally have to stop buying consoles and stop buying games for there to ever be a video game crash of any significance. But I mean, you're going to see a lot more studios closed, man. You're going to see a lot more studios fucking closed because of all of this bullshit, man. Tango Studios is only. Oh yeah, Thank you, Faded Blaze. VG Fight School. Very good content from that creator. Very sensible, very calm. I think he's a Puerto Rican brother. Very calm, very sensible. He's always got his facts and figures, and yeah, I enjoy his content, man. He's really good. Yeah, Shinzo Elite. Social media is ruining gaming too. It's just, I don't know if we'll ever get back to just enjoying video games again, unless you literally take yourself off of social media and find a way to not watch these YouTube videos. Because it's okay for everybody to have their opinions. We all have our opinions on stuff. I'm sure somebody out there, there's stuff I don't like, and you're gonna tell me, Erok, man, you're really missing out on a great game. And then I'll try and be like, well, goddamn, he was right. It's one thing to not like something or have an opinion, but like, yo, this shit now is just crazy. This shit now is just, people are just sabotaging games because of a fucking narrative that doesn't exist. Google Poll says that you see the scalpers are already selling pre-orders for the PS5 Pro Limited Edition for like 10,000. What? Nigga, you lying? Tuck, where are you at? Tuck, are you there? I told you, Tuck. Google Poll, you lying, man. Ain't no. Did you see the scalpers are already selling pre-orders for the PS5 Pro Limited Edition for like 10,000? Is that 10K? Oh, you know he made a typo. Maybe he means one. Go ahead.
Let me tell you right now. eBay already got these things already on there already. Yes, they're selling them for that much, and they already sold out. They was already selling out overseas before they even opened the doors over here.
Hey man, look, I hate to be the guy that say I told you so. I hate to be that guy. I was telling these guys in the chat a couple of days ago, this thing's gonna fucking sell out. Never underestimate the stupidity of Americans. We have grand stupidity over here, man. Like, fucking. Yo, that one is going for $4,000. You see that shit?
Erok, just not Americans, it's overseas though too.
$4,000 fucking dollars.
They got these things listed, but you know what? They ain't gonna get their money back on that stuff. You know they're not.
$4,000.
$4,000.
Does it come?
You're gonna get a little bit of something. You don't even get a game with it, man.
Does it come with a brunette with a fat ass who can cook for $4,000?
Don't come with none of that.
$4,000.
It comes with just what you see. Just what you see on there right now. That's what it's gonna come with. And everybody knows that these scalpers was gonna do it.
You can get
that's money that's gonna be sitting up there. They ain't gonna spend that much money for them damn games. I mean,
Faded Blaze, you wrong for that, Faded Blaze. Faded Blaze says there is such a thing as a bad game. Fucking Concord, that's bad, man.
Yeah. Hey, you know,
God,
the scalpers that bought the game,
$4,000.
The only reason why PlayStation did this so they can make up that money that they lost on Concord.
Wow, I never thought Yo, what they think this shit is Neo Geo? Wow.
And you know what? It's hard to believe that you got people out there who actually go out there and buy it.
Yo, I never thought I'd live this. We are truly living in bizarro world. What? Oh man. Yeah, Vern Cruz Spy. Yeah, shit is crazy, man. Shit is crazy. Yeah, they crying about copyright. Crazy, yeah, I know, man. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy, Veracruz Spy. Shit is crazy. But yo, Varun Kai Spy. I hope I'm saying your name
Okay,
right. Do you see these prices?
okay. I want to ask y'all something. I want to ask
That's
you,
not possible, Tuck.
where's Unlimited at?
He handling business. I think his building about to blow up.
Okay, now this is what I really want to ask you. Okay, since all these scalpers have bought the game, the video game, the system, let me ask you this: if you don't play it, does that count as a sale?
What?
Because
I mean,
you know people is not gonna people ain't gonna spend that much money for them. So those
if
scalpers got to come down that price.
shit,
They're gonna
man,
have
don't
to. Hey,
listen.
my
If Sony
mind.
if Sony get high tech like they did back in fall 2000 when they only shipped 500,000 PlayStation 2s over here, if Sony get high tech and only say, man, we having shipping problems, we could only ship 200,000 PS5 Pros over there to America, man, these shits is going to fly off the shelves.
But
Matter of fact, I don't even know if the average gamer has $4,000. That's crazy.
no, that's crazy. So the only thing I gotta say is this: is that still gonna save Sony? No, it's not gonna save them.
Look, man, uh, I don't know about all that, but that's
It's not gonna
crazy.
save them. It's not gonna save them. I mean, you can. I mean, in other words, Sony can turn around and say, "Well, they sold this all they want to," but we know in reality they ain't playing no games. So if they ain't playing no games, why are we even talking?
Man, this is just we just witnessing history here, man. We watching the downfall of America, the
I
downfall
never,
of the
I never
downfall of
ever seen
the
nothing
downfall of
like
niggas'
that.
financials.
That
God,
these eBay people is putting this stuff online. They putting it online for $4,000.
yo,
I
this
never
is
seen nothing like that in my lifetime. And those
man,
scalpers is not gonna get their money back on it.
that's wow. That's crazy.
Now, what I want to know is this: how much? Now that's the bundle. I want to know how much they selling the regular PS5 Pro for.
Man, that's probably a young little 3 grand.
That's what I
that's
want to know.
probably that's probably a young little 3,000. Oh man, yo, Sony, these
Okay,
guys are getting it
he
in.
got it. He already got it up already. $1,500.
Wow.
Man,
Yo, they want $200 for a controller. Yo, these niggas is wilding. I would have to quit gaming at that point. I ought to be yo.
and that's just wait, that's just a regular controller, right?
Yep, I would have to quit gaming at that point, my dude. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna just retro game. I'm gonna just rock my Xbox Series X until that shit die, and then grab my Xbox One S out the closet. Like, this next generation ain't for me. If
Wait a
that's what
second.
y'all talking,
Wait a second. And that okay, so where is this coming out of? It's 24. Well, this must be coming out of overseas because 26.94. That with shipping, man.
yo, that's a crazy ass interlude, man. Talking about how the gaming community is a bunch of scumbags, and then it didn't go on to see the scalpers having a field day. It's a
Yeah,
bloodbath.
I feel day with this boy.
It's it's a bloodbath.
Yeah, that's a
Yo,
good math, man. 1,500, and that's not even including the stand,
you know, back in the
including the Blu-ray player. So if you want that, you could be spending close to $2,000 for that. Oh my lord!
wow, this shit better
Wow.
have the most amazing graphics that nobody ain't never seen.
You know what? Erok, Erok,
Wow,
Erok. It Digital
yo,
Foundry did a video on it. They got a full version of the PS5 Pro.
I've seen it. They got it. IGN got it. They all get that shit first. Tuck, you know
Yeah,
that they've been
let
fucking sucking
me get
Sony's
through it.
nuts for the
Let me
last
get, let me get through
7,
it, Erok. Let me get through
13
it,
years.
Erok.
Yeah.
My wife saw it. And she said, like, what is the difference? She couldn't see the difference. She said you might see a little bit more clarity, but she said, $700 clarity there.
It is a difference. You know what the difference is? It was a difference between a game running on PlayStation 5 and a game running on Xbox Series X. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference. Like they show Gran Turismo finally. Yeah, look at that. It's got ray tracing on the cars when you're racing. I'm like, fucking Forza Motorsport 8 had that shit last year.
And Erok, and you know what makes it so bad? It still looked the same. Boring. Still got the same buildings in the background, looking like paper mache. On that Grand Theft Auto.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'm like, man, please.
Well, look at it this way, man. If you're a PlayStation fan, it's going to be a lot of shifts worked at Arby's this holiday. A lot of shifts worked at Arby's and Home Depot. Them niggas going to do double shifts and triple overtime. Cause damn, them prices crazy.
Erok, you know how we are. We can name 10 reasons why not to get one.
I can name one. $700. $700. Man, Xbox better never come out with somebody probably say, well, you Xbox, if Xbox come out with a $700 console, that shit'll sit on the fucking shelf. Shit, man, I got a house, I got bills to pay. Look, I was bitching about having to call for $500 4 years ago. Like, yo, I said this shit got to stop.
And see, that's what I'm saying right there. You got bills to pay, you got car payments. Some people got child support payments. You still got groceries, dude.
Some niggas got babies, mamas, baby mamas in their pockets.
I'm gonna come out of my pocket.
Imagine
my dollars, and I got a house note.
Imagine going over. Hey, Tuck, imagine going over your baby mama Shaniqua's and saying, look, I can't feed these babies this month. I need $1,500 for PlayStation 5 Pro. Man, she'd be the beat beside your head with a hammer. It'd be a homicide. You talking that dumb shit. You can't feed your babies because you want to play Astrobot.
Hey, can you see me coming home with a $700 box? My wife would say, like, you done lost your mind.
What?
Right on back.
Oh man, some of these dudes would be like, man, I'm gonna put that on my credit card. Y'all niggas ain't got no credit cards. Get out of here, man. You ain't got. Oh my god, yo, that shit is just wild, Tuck. That shit is wild. Now I done seen everything, man. But anyway, Tuck, man, it's just a wild world we're living in. But before we close out, Tuck, did you see any of You still there, Tuck? And we done lost that nigga too. Man, god damn, where everybody niggas dropping off like flies. Unlimited production. His building having an evacuation test. Tuck lost his connection. But wow, man, I didn't get to see any of Xbox's Tokyo Game Show, man. I heard that all the Final Fantasies are coming to Xbox, except of course Final Fantasy VII Remake. I guess PlayStation, that's a lifetime exclusive for them, which is why I just don't get why Phil Spencer is so fucking kumbaya, my lord, about everything. But yeah,
I think he feels.
You there, Unlimited? Yeah, we having technical difficulties.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. That's damn fire alarm is finally done. Faded Blaze said, I heard most of the some of the conversation about that expensive ass PlayStation bullshit, but that's what they get. Faded Blaze said, to be honest, I think there's going to be a gaming crash. Why? Because gaming peaked during the pandemic when everyone was at home. That's the main reason why there's so many layoffs. I think that's more of a course correction than a crash. When they were high, because if you remember Erok, everything tech was pretty much hiring like crazy during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Now that they don't need them all, they've been laying them off for the last about probably a year now. It feels like
the last 2 years now.
Yeah, and he about said they only made 12,000. Yeah, and the scalpers got all 12,000. That's why they selling them back to them for like $4,000. So
Wow.
enjoy the maxed out credit cards and
Man, fucking eviction notices and shit.
eviction notices and taking out a second loan and all this other stuff.
$118 in shipping.
Yeah.
I don't know how these prices is going to fly over in the United Kingdom because I was watching a show all this week about motherfuckers over in the United Kingdom getting evicted out of their homes and when they want you going, they just send the sheriff to get you out of your fucking house. Like, yo, like you telling these guys that they got to drop $400 for a console? Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. A couple of things said Sony's creatively bankrupt. They are forced to make that same games. People don't see it or don't want to see it. Yeah, well,
Hey, Erok Unlimited. I just went and asked my wife. I said, honey, what if I bought a $700 console? You know what she told me? She said, oh no, you look to somewhere else to live because we got bills to pay.
Yeah, that's real rap. That's real rap.
That's
Shit.
real life. I mean, you got bills to pay. I mean, and the only difference, and it ain't unlimited. And like you wasn't here when I just said this, my wife was looking at Digital Foundry with me yesterday, and she said, like, Miguel, like, what is the difference? She saw how much it's going to is.
According to the previews, there's not much difference in general. But listen, that ain't gonna stop. That ain't nothing is stopping them for spending their life savings on this bullshit. Just to hold something over Xbox, even though we don't give a damn.
Right.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. But yeah, man, I'm glad we did this show this morning, man. We had just had a lot to get off our chest. And like Sega Man always says, unlimited. I'm gonna land my plane on this. I just think that the gaming community is just down bad, man. I don't know. I'm at a loss for words, man. I just know I just want to game and enjoy my gaming and just free all this nonsense.
Yeah,
it's too much.
Yeah, it is, and that's why my channel, I've been doing more, gameplay live streams and stuff like that instead of just constant podcasts. Because you're right, man. At the end of the day, we're gamers. We want to enjoy games. We love our games that we're playing, and I would love to get back to a point where the discussion is, I like this game. Or if you don't like a game, you speak your mind, you move on. You have legitimate reasons. Yeah.
You move on.
But not what we're seeing now, where it's like they just go on the hate brigade.
But
the
biggest thing is that thank God for Xbox and Game Pass.
Yeah. Well, somebody was saying that gaming in its current form isn't sustainable. Well, I guess it isn't. You know what's sustainable? Game services.
Yeah.
Game services, man. Game Pass seems to be working. The developer gets their money up front, and people get to enjoy gaming without getting broke, man. Gaming. Not only has the gaming community gotten out of control, but the prices of these games have gotten out of control. So that's why it's all the more special to see last year Assassin's Creed Mirage at $48. That's why it's really great to see a game like the Plucky Squire, $30. We need to get back to games having creativity and having ingenuity like Ravenlock, but be affordable, man.
And there are a lot of those games. The problem is people only care about and talk about the big AAA stuff.
That's right.
And the reality is, even if we had an even larger surplus of the budget-friendly $30, $40, $25 games, stuff like I just bought this cool little platformer the other day that's $20 called Akambot. Something that He knows about. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about then, Erok.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's only $20. Fun little game, right? But the truth of the matter is, no, that doesn't move. That doesn't move audiences.
No.
You know, it's the big games that are going to, and they're always going to. So yeah, the budget friendly stuff is out there. The problem is, you know, the same way big blockbusters is what the people talking about the movie industry. You know, they're not going to talk about the cool indie the indie filmmaker who makes a very unique film. You know, about his life or something. That's the same way with gaming.
Well, I just never thought I'd see the.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just never thought I'd live to see the day where I hate fucking gamers.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Look, man. I had damn near a breakdown at the beginning of the year when they got to me with that ultra negative stuff. This about Xbox, yeah, and it feels like it's just getting worse. You know, it was, and the unfortunate thing about stuff like that. When it's kind of how the phrase go, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube or something like that. Yeah, that's the point we reached where it happened once, and that's my fear with the $700 console. Right now that you ripped the Band-Aid off, I expect more expensive ass products because enough people will be willing to buy it to where other manufacturers are going to be like, shit, if they could sell a console for $700, you know. What can I do, or what might I do? And the same thing with these gamers, man. It's something that I don't have any control over it. So I'm not going to waste my energy on the stuff that I don't control and then be miserable, even though gaming is the greatest hobby in the world to me. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
You know, I absolutely love when I get to chill after a long day, turn on the Xbox, kick back, play games for a few hours. You know.
The creativity and the wonder of every once in a while you discover a Donkey Kong Country, or in 2004 you discover a Fable, or in 2020 I discovered Assassin's Creed Odyssey, a franchise that I was hell bent that I wasn't going to ever buy again, and Ubisoft made a believer out of me 3 fucking times. Like, that's what gaming is, man. It's discovering new stuff and being like, wow, this is great. But like, you gamers, man, you lost that sense of wonder, and everything's got to be 60 FPS and ray tracing and $700 and this game sucks, and that game has a black person in it and that guy's a Jew, and guess what? You're not going to enjoy anything anymore. You're not going to enjoy anything anymore. I can't. I love my hobby, but I can't be involved with the gaming community anymore because they're going over the fucking edge.
Yeah. They really have, and now that they've reached a point where they're going to mobilize against games they don't like, and they don't just in the drawer. Sorry about that, guys.
Oh no,
but, yeah. So what was I saying there? Oh yeah, this to the point where they could affect the games, right? And what's happened is that they affect the games that I like and that I love and that are often my favorite games of the year. You know, because here's the thing: this generation alone, Erok, with the exception of Starfield, every game of the year for me was technically a failure. In 2020, my game of the year was Immortal Phoenix Rising. That the sequel was canceled because that didn't sell well enough. In 2021,
that was an awesome game.
It was it blew me away by how good it was. In 2021, Guardians of the Galaxy, that didn't sell well.
Awesome game.
Yeah, awesome game with a phenomenal soundtrack and everything. Yes. And 2022 got the Knights. We already discussed that.
Awesome game. Yes.
You know, I gotta be honest. I don't want to live in the world of Elden Rings and Mario's and my only options are stuff like that. I hate Souls-likes.
And their army of clones. I fucking hate them with a passion, dude. I hate them with a passion because I got suckered into buying 2 of them. One of them was fucking Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
Yep, same.
All this guy, all from Software does is they make the same game over again, put a new coat of paint on it, and everybody just glazes the shit out of it. But we're supposed to believe that Star Wars Outlaws sucks. I
Yeah,
just can't do
yeah.
it.
And that's my thing. My thing has always been I've never gotten on anybody for not liking the game. But the problem is that people that they just don't stop at this game ain't for me. It's now this game. I hate this game, and and then you're pushing an agenda, and a lot of times I play the games. There's literally not a single second of it in it. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff, and it's like at this point I'm done with it, man. Because if I can't, if you know what I'm saying, at some point, if none of the games I like are being successful enough to continue, it almost kind of feels like what's the point, you know?
Yeah.
And then it feels like all anybody wants are remasters and remakes.
And Souls like.
Yeah, it's to the point where I remember last year that funny Game Awards show. I think Resident Evil remake was an option, and I'm like, how's a 20-year-old game a possible Game of the Year contender? You know what I'm saying? It's just stuff like there's just little trends like that. Because overall, and I'm gonna die on this hill for everybody watching. Gaming is still great. Turn on your Xbox right now. If you can't find a game you like, especially if you're Game Pass sub, then that's on you.
Gaming isn't for you.
Yeah, then maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But what you got to do is move on and don't ruin it for us. Because I've been playing some great games lately, from Warhammer Space Marines 2, which is absolutely phenomenal. Hell, even this Japanese game, Visions of Mana, I'm close to beating that. I should beat that later today.
Nice.
I just picked up with the girl and the zombie. Lollipop Chainsaw Repop.
Oh yeah. Lollipop Chainsaw. Yeah, I'm enjoying that too. Yeah. And appropriately priced.
Yeah. I think it's only like $40. There's some other new games that I picked up that I've really been enjoying recently, right? But it's like for some reason people just like to focus on the negativity, and I've been trying so hard to fight against that. Because I really want the Mr. Kima said they're attacking Ghost of Utah, whatever it's called, for having a woman for protagonist. Yeah.
Wow.
At this point, man, lost cause. I'm gonna start completely putting them in the same rank I do the civil rights people. I mean, not the Civil War people, the lost cause Civil War people who think the South ain't. Guys, I live in the South. The South ain't rising again. You know what I'm saying? And with these dudes, if they're even attacking a PlayStation game for having one protagonist, I can't help you.
There's no hope for society if they're attacking a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Oh, man. It's just crazy, man. But Unlimited Production, man, we had a good chat this morning, man. I know you got things to do because you're working, man. I hope that a day will come when we can just sit back and have a discussion about gaming. Like Faded Blaze just said, want to know what's not expensive? Game Pass and PC gaming. And he's right.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Let me point this out before we wrap it up. It's funny. Game Pass price increased $2 a month earlier this year, and everybody lost their mind. The same people, I guarantee, are going to pay these scalpers $50 for PS5 Pro. To play old games, right? To play old PS4 games. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's too crazy to get mad at. I would have got mad about this shit a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
but it's so crazy. You gotta laugh at it.
Yeah. You know, and then shout out to Tuck. I watched some. I was up early, so I watched some Tokyo Game Show as well. And they. You know, there's a segment early where Phil's just listing a bunch of games coming out in 2025, and I'm like, Phil, you know, Xbox got it, man. They got it, man. And then now, and by the way, with all this Japanese support, they should be happy because I remember that was a huge talking point about how Xbox needed these Japanese games. So,
Xbox needs a Japanese game. Xbox needs a superhero game. Xbox needs this. Xbox needs that. You know who never needs anything? Nintendo. They always get a free pass. Yeah, I just can't no more, man. I just
And
can't.
you got some people saying that the show was okay. I said, y'all, they're featuring the Japanese culture over there. So what do you expect? I mean, but I love it. I love the show.
Yeah.
I love the whole damn show. I like the show from the beginning to the end. It wasn't nothing like that damn state of play bull crap that they pulled
Yeah.
the other day at night.
Yeah, and in the Iraq, it's don't go and expecting like the summer showcase where they showed a bunch of new stuff. It
Yeah, I
was,
got you.
it was more so just showing more of what's coming out next year and some Japanese games that just hit
Mhm.
Xbox today, and a lot of stuff come to Game Pass because Game Pass has everything.
Man, that's great.
Oh, Elder, did you see that special they got on Indiana Jones for Xbox?
No,
If you get the pre-order, you can pre-order for, and you get the 5D
oh
the
yeah, yeah,
movie
yeah, yeah.
$34.99.
Yeah, the same thing they did with Starfield and Forza.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, where you could play, and I guarantee that that's going to have over 1 million players early. I guarantee
Oh
that.
yeah, you know it is.
Yeah,
You know it is. For that price, yeah, it is.
yeah,
Gaming has never, for me, just for me, nobody else. I lived through the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. The Xbox 360 era was great. I love my Xbox One, but gaming now is better than it's ever been. I've
yeah,
never had so many choices at my fingertips. I've never had a system where I have 4 generations of backwards compatibility. This
yeah,
is
Right?
great, man. This is great. But like again, it's this vocal echo chamber just trying to ruin it for everybody. And I'm just here to say that you guys, you gamers, you suck. And I'm not, me and Unlimited Production and Tuck and our crew, we're not going to let you ruin gaming for us. And that's it, basically.
yeah, yep, yep. Yeah. So while you're talking, I am kind of so after what's his name? I think it was Shane G said that new Ghost game getting hate. I'm peep, I like to peep and see what they're saying. Yeah, they hate this Asian woman. They hate
Wow.
her. Yeah,
That's crazy.
And
yeah,
you know
So,
what?
so everything we said was true this past hour.
yeah.
But let me ask you something about that game right there, that new Ghost of Tsushima game. Wait a second. Do you think that they just put spray paint on that and just put a woman character in it? Because it
No,
looks so different.
no, Tuck, they probably been working on it. I mean, it's the studio is it's either Guerrilla Games or Sucker Punch.
Sucker
Yeah,
punch.
Sucker
Yeah.
Punch. They've been working on it for like what 3.5 years now. It's
Hmm.
probably got some substance to it. It's just
Yeah,
it's got a woman in it, so it looks
yeah,
like what we were saying earlier is true. These guys just hate anything that has a protagonist that ain't a white or Asian male.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
sad.
yeah, and yeah, Superman, Warhammer Space Marines worth buying. That game is absolutely excellent.
That game does look excellent, man. I'm gonna cop that soon. That game looks
Yeah,
fucking excellent. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
down.
The only thing that sucks is, man, the original. I don't know how I slept on the original Space Marines. That should be backwards compatible, but it's
yeah,
not.
yeah,
I
yeah,
know you own it though.
yeah. I do. I know.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah, listen, guys. Like I always say, I'm not a good example because I buy everything. My
You
video
are a
game
good
collection
example.
is ridiculous, man.
Now, don't say that you're not a good example because you are.
Yeah,
You just
look,
tell the truth.
no, I just mean in the sense that I have so many games
That
that
collection is crazy. That collection
yeah,
is
yeah,
legendary.
Yeah,
yeah,
his
yeah,
collection is wild, man.
That shit should be like in a vault somewhere, dude.
yeah,
Fuck if I've been keeping that shit around my apartment. That'd be in a damn vault somewhere, storage. Cause god damn.
yeah. I mean, let me see. I mean, it's not it's not a history museum like Keybot or Sega Man, but it's up there. It's
Your
up there.
Sega Man shit is crazy.
Yes.
Unlimited, have you seen the new controllers that they got on the store?
For Xbox.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I listen. I got it. I got so many controllers that I'm buy them when they're on sale. But yeah, they're all phenomenal. They're all phenomenal.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I already, hey, let you know right now, I already got 2 of them already.
yeah, yeah. You got a lot of controllers too, there, Tuck.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
I Tuck did. I don't know if you ever saw it, E-Rock, but he did a stream where he was just showing controller after controller. I
That's
like, yo,
crazy.
Tuck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We collectors, man. We build different. Man. We just be. have it.
Yeah, I already
But,
bought two of the new clear controllers already, man. Let me tell you, man,
yeah.
I love them.
Yeah, they look great. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick them up eventually. But with that said, guys, thank you for joining us on this super random, early, impromptu edition of the Unlimited Truth. We had to talk about this because, like we said, now the games we're excited for are being affected, and it's not it's not just simply all right. People are being stupid, and we could just make fun of them for an hour or two and then move on. Now it's like all right, now you're getting our way, but. Hopefully, everything's gonna blow over and everything's gonna be all right. It just sucks that. Oh, by the way, I think it comes out the same day as Avowed in February, so that's gonna be an interesting week right there.
Yeah.
What is that?
Assassin's Creed Shadows. I think
Yeah.
it's new. I think its new release date is the same day as Avowed.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a really good weekend right there for us. But yeah, other than that, guys, you take care, and we are out.
Peace.
Yeah, I'll stream Warhammer probably this weekend. Faded Blaze.
Okay.
All right.
Talk to you later.